Hello class, today we're going to continue working on bar graphs, and I'm going to go ahead and read the success criteria for today. Number one is I can read and annotate bar graphs, including the value for each bar. Number two, I can find the information from each answer choice, including A, comparison of values, differences or combined values, B, percentages through the use of proportions. And then the first thing I'm going to do once I've already established the success criteria is I'm going to read the problem. Okay, Mr. Bush surveyed 55 people to find out their favorite types of music. The results are shown in the graph. Based on this information in the graph, which types of music were chosen by 40% of the people surveyed? Again, first thing I'm going to do, I've already read it, now I'm going to annotate. And I know that the total number of people were 55. And see, I'm looking for 40%. Based on the information in the graph, which types of music were selected by 40% of the people surveyed? Okay, and then once I finish annotating, then I'm going to start and figuring out I've also got to figure out the value for each one of my bars. So this first bar goes here, and it's by ones, so it is a 15, value of 15. Second bar goes straight across, and that is 12, which is jazz. Country was 15. Now on opera, the total number of people that selected opera were 10. And then our last bar would be rock. Rock seems to be one of the favorites, and it was selected by 18 people. Now, on step two, one of my success criteria in step two is that I will be able to solve for percentages using proportions. And the proportion that I'm going to use will be part to whole equal to percentage over 100. Okay, that's the proportion that I'm going to be using. So now that I've solved for the value of each bar, now I'm going to come down here and I'm actually going to add them up. Okay, the first selection that I have, the first answer choice is country, which is 15, plus opera, which is 10, and that'll be a total of 25. Second selection will be B, which is jazz, 12, plus opera, which is 10, which is a total of 22. And then my selection for C would be jazz, which is 12, plus opera, which is 10, plus rock, which is 18. Let's see, that's 30, that's 40. Let's see, make sure, 30, 40, yeah. And then the last one is country, which is 15, plus jazz, which is 12, plus rock, which is 18, which is 30. 30 plus 15 will be 45. Now I'm looking for which types of music combined adds up to 40%. And I'm going to start with A. Okay, so I'm going to start right up here. And remember that I am using the proportion of part to whole. So the entire part that I'm looking, which is country and opera, is a combined sum of 25. The total was 55, and that is equal to x, which is percentage, over 100. Cross multiply gives me 55x is equal to 2500. Okay, I know that I'm multiplying, so the inverse of multiplication will be division. I'm dividing by 55. This gives me 1x, and let's see, 2500 divided by 55 comes out to 45.45%. So it's close, but not quite the answer. Next, I'm going to go to B, which is 22. Now it's 22 over 55. 22 over 55 is equal to x over 100 is 55x is equal to 22 times 100, which is 2200. I divide by 55 both sides because it's the inverse of multiplication. 1x is equal to 2200. 2200 divided by 55, which is 40. And 40, that's my answer right there. But I'm going to go ahead and continue checking the rest to make sure that that is the only answer available. Next, I have C, which is 40. Again, I'm getting 40 because that's the part of the entire amount of people that were surveyed that selected those three types of music. It's equal to x over 100. 55x is equal 40 times 100, or 4,000. Divide both sides by 55, because remember, inverse of multiplication is division. That is 4,000 divided by 55. That gives me about 73%. Okay, and then the last one, let me try to fit it in here. D, which is 45 over 55 is equal x over 100. Again, 55x, 4,500. And then we divide both sides by 55. Again, it is a tedious process. It is, but just take it one step at a time and you will get the correct answer. Okay, 4,500 divided by 55 is equal 81.82, or if I average it out, it will be 82%. Okay, so then I've got 82%, 73, 45%, and 40%, but the answer I'm looking for is 40%. Therefore, my answer selection will be B. Okay, now go ahead and pause this video for a minute. Make sure you write down all the steps on your paper, and then if you still have some questions, go ahead and ask your teacher. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day.